Hi everyone, so these are my Touchfive alcohol markers. Both of these sets were bought for me for my birthday. One is from my boyfriend and the other is from my sister. What I noticed in the smaller pack was it was missing a lot of essential colors. Like, it was missing a lot of blues, purples, and oranges, which are a lot of what I like to use to color. So that's why my sister went ahead and bought me like this huge pack of 80, even though I only asked her for 40. The caps of these markers do not really match what is shown pigment-wise, and so I made myself these charts after I got these markers. It doesn't contain all of the colors, just the ones I figured I'd use most. I didn't want to do like 80 swatches unless I had to. So these are two images that I already colored using them. They are definitely a step up from Crayola markers, and these are just some other characters that I was going to use to practice using these markers with. And so anyway, I'll just show you guys how I'm coloring. It's going to be sped up a lot, so let's just start. So this first drawing is a fan art of Himino Awayuki from the anime Creature, which I really liked. So I don't really remember drawing her too often, but I do like recall her face so much that like I think I got pretty close in this one. Anyways, I'm going in and coloring with the Touchfive markers now, and I'm starting with the shadows just because I figure it'll be easier to blend things if I start with the shadows. I didn't actually look up any tutorials about how to be using these markers, so I kind of just went for it. But shortly thereafter, I did look up a tutorial for how to make these blend better, and so I will probably be making use of that technique in future videos. Yeah. Don't really have a lot to say in this process. I guess I can apologize for the light becoming really yellow at times. I don't know why my camera does that. So the skin tones that I used, I think I used number 36, which is cream, and some other. That was for the first darker shade. The second shade was like rose blush or something, so I felt like the skin tone was too pink, but I don't know, I guess it's okay. Yeah, their lightest colors aren't really light enough for me in terms of coloring the skin tone. Anyway, getting to her hair. Himino Awayuki, her hairstyle is apparently based off of a tulip, and so her hair is very pink. I used 3 different pinks for her hair. As you can see, I'm not really blending at all in this video, or even trying to really. But, I mean, so they act more like sketch markers, in my opinion. Especially because they don't have a brush nib, just a classic nib, which makes blending harder. Okay, so here I kind of started lining it with a black colored pencil, but then I thought that looked too dark, and so I switched to a pink. Did I say marker? I meant colored pencil. But anyways, I switched to a pinkish purple one. And yeah, I'm still using Crayolas because I still haven't put down money for Prismacolors or anything. I do have a set of 12 school version Prismacolors, but I totally misplaced them. Like, I misplaced my black liner, which is why I was using a black colored pencil instead of an ink liner. So every so often I am referring to my that chart that I showed you that has the color swatches, just because, you know, I'm not familiar with how these markers all work, so just use that to pick out the colors correctly. I just used, I think, Warm Gray 3 for her eyes, for the shadow for her eyes, which is nice. It adds a bit of depth. Let's see. One of the colors that I got, I think it's this one, is actually called a pastel green, but it straight up just looks yellow, so that's what I used it as. Maybe this base color is the pastel green. Yeah, the shadow color was something called marigold. And the chisel tip tends to release more pigment than the classic nib, which makes sense, I guess, because it's bigger. But after it all dries, you can even see that the yellow, where it was chiseled in with the marker, is a little bit darker, or a lot darker. But the markers do blend, and so they leave a lot less texture than Crayola markers. Alright, so I'm pretty much done at this point. Just touching up on some shadows. And it looks rather plain because it's just her by herself. So, I couldn't think of anything to put in the background though. Until... bam! Hearts. You can see that I am hesitating about what to do here, which is fine. And these are just all the markers that I use, and the colored pencils. So here's a close-up of what I had intended to be the finished product, but then I decided I wanted to go back and add more black to it. Yeah, and as you can tell, it bleeds a lot. But it doesn't actually go through the paper, you can just see it through the back. But I'm also using this pen paper, so Bristol might work better because I think it's a little bit thicker, but I think someone else said it was bleeding a lot too. Oh, and here is the final product, which I like better. Her eyes stand out a bit more. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.